You, what up? What up? This right here is going to be a reaction to the page of Community Movement Builders. Appreciate you for even having this up here. This is Tupac speaking on Malcolm X's grassroots movement. You know, the RNA, or the Republic of New Africa, always wanted us to have our own land, have our own government, our own everything. You know, not just always being subservient to someone. If you're always waiting for someone to feed you, always you're gonna be that person's gonna be able to starve you also. You know, even though war food is a weapon. But anyways, um, this is him speaking on the grassroots. Just some of my favorite people on here is Pac, Malcolm X, you know, Stokely Carmichael. Y'all gonna be seeing these people on my page. I appreciate y'all for viewing. Oh, excuse me. It is early. Appreciate y'all for viewing. And we're gonna get into this content right here. Very, very interesting.
Welcoming brother Tupac Shakur. First, I'm gonna say peace to my mother. She's not here, but I gotta give a peace out to her because I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for my mother. And I looked in the front of this thing and it said,
Pac flaming. Pac flamed up. I heard Bosco say he really got put on. But you know, we really love Pac for that revolution and everything. I think he really maybe confused the masses. That's why we gotta get, you know, real secure and care about the future, what we say and what we do, because he left behind a body of work that was confusing people, you know, but the revolutionary in him is what we truly adore. But others might love the thug shit, or maybe that's a mixture of both, but it's definitely misconstrued now. And he set a mold that everybody wanted to be, and he wasn't even that mold. He was something far more greater.
to start from within to rebuild our original greatness, right? Okay, well, that's what my mother did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm listening about freedom fighters and strugglers. Well, you got to understand that when it was in to have a gun and to be in the street, my mother gave that up to be in the house and wash the dishes, you know what I'm saying? And feed us and put the thoughts in our brains, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't get any of that history from all of those soldiers that we lost. We got none of that. They all went to jail, if you can remember. They all
That's a point. So we need to perpetuate this history. We have fighters. A lot of people look down on us as if we never done nothing or rose up against authorities. We have this whole time. You're actually here because we have. And now your children that got money voted you out. Sad.
all went to penitentiaries. We didn't see none of that knowledge. If it was not for my mother who stayed home and didn't go out and do all that, then I wouldn't have had shit. Excuse my language. But I wouldn't have been nowhere. So what I want to do, hopefully, is I want to be. Not I want to be. I am Tupac Shakur. I have to be a reminder that we can't. It's not. We can't chill out. No, it ain't time to cool out and banquets and all that. It's still on. It's on just like it was on when you was young, and you want to say fuck that, just like you said fuck that back then. So how come now that I'm 20 years old and ready to start some shit up, everybody telling me to calm down? You know, don't curse, go to school, go to college. Well, fuck that. You know, we had colleges for a while now. You know what I'm saying? And it's still Brenda's out there, and niggas is still trapped.
What? And still today, and it's still on. I think he said this in another one of his interviews or speeches. You know, don't just be chilling. Gotta be doing something. But that passion is what caused the premature annihilation of the Black Liberation Movement. You know, moving fast like that, and now it's all the payments being received by these BLM movements. It's disgusting. Now it's BLM Rainbow
You know what I'm saying? And it gets me
on churches. Yeah, I said it.
irked because I understand that it's not gonna stop. Because I understand niggas is still trapped. You know what I'm saying? And it gets me irked because I understand that it's not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna stop until we stop it. And it's not just white men that's doing this to Brenda, and it's not just white men that's keeping us trapped. It's black. You know what I'm saying? We have to find the new African in everybody. And all
That's right. There's no African in everybody. We gotta find the new African on in everybody. That's a fact.
Because if we keep running around looking for black and who got the most colors on and who got the baddest dashiki on, we still gonna get, excuse my language, fucked. Right. Because that it irks me that my mother right now is going through, she has to get clean. This is somebody who I watched travel the whole country. You know what I'm saying? During a time when women were scared to speak up for the Black Panthers. She spoke at Harvard, Yale, everywhere. And now I see my mother as what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see no big parades around my mother now. And she done got a dozen fucking awards. And I don't see nobody there. You understand what I'm saying? So about all this, I take that lightly. I take all this lightly. What I want you to take seriously is what we have to do for the youth. Right. Because we're coming up in a totally different world. Right. This is not the same world that you had. This is not the 60s. This is not that. We grew up BC, before crack. That should say it all.
Grew up BC before crack. That's crazy. I didn't know he said that. I remember I was saying that to somebody. I was talking about, just what happened to the community, to this one Dominican brother out there in Passaic, New Jersey. And I was like, yeah, there's BC, filming it how he was before crack, and then that's how I call it AD, then after dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, why ain't no Pac said that? But yeah, man, the people was different. You know, the drugs changed a whole nation. You know, thanks, Ricky Ross.
You understand what I'm saying? We did not grow up.
And the ones who used him to funnel it down. We know who you are.
Without parents. You had parents that told you this and that, and this is what went on back in the day. Now you don't have that. Right. You have young kids, 14, coming home, their mama is smoking out or doing it to their best friend to get the product. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So that means that it's not just about you taking care of your child, it's about you taking care of these children. Because that's what's out here. It's a gang of children. You understand what I'm saying? And it hurts. It hurts. And I gotta it bothers me, not hurts. It bothers me that I have to sidestep my youth to stand up and do some shit that somebody else supposed to be doing. Right. You understand what I'm saying? There's too many men out here for me to be doing it. Because it ain't my turn yet. I'm supposed to be following behind him getting the knowledge. I don't even got a chance to get the fucking knowledge. I can't go to college. There's too much problems out here. I don't got the money. Nobody do. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm
Pac, what the fuck you talking about? You had some bread in 92.
It's just not as easy as we mapping it out to be. And we got.
And nigga, ain't you go to performing art? Never mind. But yeah, I ain't gonna throw out the baby with the bathwater.
Stay real. We gotta stay real. Before we could be new African, we gotta be black.
I think he talking about generalized, like, you know what I mean, the population, you feel me? You know what I mean, the issues that we go through as a people. Boom, there we go. A griot. Pac was a griot.
First. Right. You understand? We got to get our brothers from the street like Harriet Tubman did. Why can't we look at that and see exactly what she was doing, like Malcolm did, the real Malcolm, before the nation.
But there was a lot of riots and stuff out there. Ooh, it was wild out there in '92 too. I take that back. It was wild back then. He was in them times. Literally, he was the times.
Islam. You got to remember, this was a pimp. You know what I'm saying? The push and all that. We forgot about all that. And our strive to be enlightened, we forgot about all our brothers in the street, about all our dope dealers, our pushers and our pimps, and that's who's teaching the new generation. That's right. Because y'all not doing it. I'm sorry, but it's the pimps and the pushers who's teaching us. So if you got a problem with how we was raised, it's because they was the only ones who could do it. They the only ones who did it, while everybody else wanted to go to.
Damn, yeah. Like I said before, it's always the generation like, oh, I look up to this or I look up to that. But then that's true, but there's always somebody that's showing you positive. You kind of choose. I think God gives, or the creator, the source, whatever you want to call it, gives everyone scenarios, on different levels. It might be different levels of these scenarios, but these are similar scenarios of what you would choose. I think everybody, it's not like we're feral children, like those children in like Russia that was raised by dogs and shit, or whatever that was. I'll do a video on that.
College, and everything has changed. They was the ones that was telling you the white man ain't shit. Here you go. Check this out, young blood. You take this product, you switch it, you make money, and that's how you beat the white man. You get money, you get the hell up out of here. Nobody else did that. So I don't want to hear shit about no.
See, then that was the thing right there, and then that's the cancer right there. You're not caring about the future. You feel me? You know what I mean? Pac was a very confused individual. You know, he didn't really sharpen his message. You know, he was a wobbler.
Nobody telling me who I can't love and respect until you start doing what they did. You understand what I'm saying? To me, this is Mecca. You know what I'm saying? This is the black family. I see it here. But what makes it even that much more sad, and what makes me want to cry, is because as soon as I leave here, so does Mecca. You understand what I'm saying? We're going back to the real deal. Right out there, you're going to see them same sisters and Brenda. They right out there. And y'all going to get in y'all cars and drive the fuck home. You know what I'm saying? And I apologize. I apologize. But check this out. You can't be no more offended by my cursing than what's really going on. That's real. That's real, y'all. That's real. Y'all gotta really be true to that. You gotta be true to that. Because we letting the media and the white man cut us off. You letting them tell you that the rappers ain't real, and you know you gotta either be.
The rappers aren't real. Somebody say you wasn't real, but I think you got too real too fast. And you know, it wasn't really your lane. You was supposed to be something greater.
You know, the intelligent person or you're a gut person. We all the same. We all
I want to know how Sean became the president of Belize.
feel it like y'all feel it. I just can't hold a straight face when I see it. Right. This is proof that we can be together. The young black male is the future of us. And the young black sister is the future of us. It's gonna be what you put into it. So if you don't put shit into it, don't get mad when you blow up.
Okay. And I mean, he was rapping just like all the revolutionaries was rapping. This is what the real gangsters, the real rappers wanted to be. They wanted to be the revolutionaries that I'm showing you. I want you to get this in your head and spread your own culture to these foreigners that always want to ask, "Oh, what we did? This is what we did." Show them this, family. You feel me? We're gonna have it together. Good or bad, this is still our culture. Black light out. Thank y'all for coming. I really appreciate y'all. Sorry that I had to go to work. You feel me? But somebody told me to drop something every day, so now I'm trying to schedule them. You feel me? I got y'all. Assalamu alaikum.
That shit feels so good when you drink it. Yeah, you can drink and eat organisms. It kills all the shit in your body, all the dirt and the mold that you got in your shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? We all got bacteria. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even know the name. Kabunchy. That's the name of it. What? Kombucha. Organism. Enzymes. Prohibitats and whatever the detox. You need it, dog. So, plug on yourself with this shit. Organism, alright? One. That shit made me feel like I was in a movie, baby. That organism shit had me like, go over there and touch up. Oh, you need organism.